What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today is another comp drifting video. I did two comps this weekend. One of them is a pro comp. I'm trying to qualify for a license in the CNDS Pro Drifting Series. The other comp I did is on Ebisu doing jump drifts with pro cars. So we're going to hop right into it. We're going to do the pro comp first and then the Ebisu comp. All right, so how this Pro Series works is there are 64 drivers, 32 drivers make it into the series for the whole season. You have one battle. If you win the battle, you're in for the whole season. If you lose the battle, you're out. Wait till next year. I am leading first, going up against this guy, Alexander Mossberg. He's very good. I chased him a little bit in practice just to see what he was like, and he was on my door when he was chasing me too. Green light, off we go. I'm in the pink Supra, by the way. Initiating in, he's right on my door. I do a little waver there, but I'm on the right line. Lots of angle, nailed that zone. Right on the reference line. Little shallow there. And then here, I kind of over-rotated a little bit. Filling that whole zone right on the edge of the track there. And nice through there. All right, so that was my lead. Through that first decel, I had a little, I wouldn't even call it an over-rotation. I just came out with too much angle, and I was like 90 degrees to the decel and then transitioned. So I definitely choked up the chase a little bit, but now it's my turn to chase. Green light. I knew after that I was going to put it right on his door. We initiate in. Very good lead line. Bumper to bumper transition. I'm right in the pocket. See, he gets all the way out and fills that zone. Another very snappy transition. I get right on his door. Good transition through there. Again, he's laying down a great lead line. I get a little gap there. And then he kind of net codes and drops the tire. I didn't actually hit him there. On my screen, at least. We go back. You can see I'm not even close to him. And somehow it looks like I hit him. But it must have been some kind of lag. Anyways, I practiced every day for 2 weeks for this. Judge's decision came out. He got the win. So we didn't qualify for the Pro Drifting Series. But it's okay. My driving, I think, improved a lot through this, which is definitely not going to be showcased by the next comp I'm going to show you guys, the Ebisu comp. So let's get right into that. All right. Didn't make it in the Pro Series, but we're moving on. Ebisu Minami. This track is so much fun to drive. Yeah, these pro cars are definitely a lot to handle on this track. They are not made to get airtime. Like, especially Assetto Corsa, like the physics are not great when the cars jump through the air. And these pro cars that have a lot of grip, they're definitely not made to jump through the air. So we're going to get into this battle. This is a seeding battle for the top 16. I qualified 16th. He qualified 17th. So let's get into it. And we're off. Now this is my lead. Pretty decent lead so far. He kind of hit me there. Missed that complete inner clip. Nailed that one. Filled that zone pretty well. And out through here. It's an alright lead. He hit me, so the rest of it doesn't really matter because he kind of made me straighten a little bit. Gonna be hopping in the chase. Yeah, like I said, these cars are not meant for this track, so it's definitely a lot to handle to try and get over that jump. If you watch when the cars go over the jump, the whole front end bounces up and down for like 10 feet. It's insane. All right, anyways, off we go. We're in the chase here. He gapped me a little bit at the start, and then he straightened and dropped a tire there. I was playing a nice conservative chase. That way I didn't hit him like he hit me. Decent run. They ended up giving me the win just because of his mistakes in the chase and his mistakes in the lead. Definitely not a clean battle, but I'll take the win. We are on into the top 16. I am battling next battle. I didn't even get a break. I was next up because I was the lowest seeded driver. So I was battling the number 1 seeded driver. So let's get right into that. This one I was chasing first because I was the lower seeded qualifier. Waiting for the light to turn green. And we're off. The chase line was really hard, so you can see he just gaps the shit out of me. Barely on angle in my chase. He's laying down a great lead. Again, I really didn't practice for this, so I was just kind of doing it for fun. And then I closed back up at the end. Really inactive chase. Like, once he gapped me, I wasn't catching up. This whole track was down to the initiation. If you timed the jump right with the other driver, you were fine. But if you timed it wrong, the run was over. Going back to my lead. Waiting for the light. And we're off. I gapped the crap out of him. You can see he starts to catch up a little bit there. I laid down, this is probably one of my solid leads of the day, but he's already caught up, he's on the door. And that was the run. So because of my mistakes in the chase, like I wasn't even in the picture. They ended up giving him the win. So that was it for this comp. Top 16 appearance. I'll call the first battle top 32 battle. So we made it into the top 16, which wasn't bad, considering I barely practiced for this. I don't know. Overall, I'm really happy with how much my driving's been improving. I really don't have a lot of experience in these pro cars compared to other guys. So the fact that I did that well in the Pro Series qualifying, I'm happy. I mean, I really wanted to get into the Pro Series. That would have been sick. But now I just am going to grind out comps all summer and come back an absolute weapon. Like, there's no other way to do it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.